blogger Roundup. It is Friday, March 9th, myOrganized.life live right here on Facebook.
Woohoo! Hello.
Hey, we got the title working out pretty good.
Good job.
I am really excited about that.
Technology is on our side today.
Technology is working. It's
so
Friday.
far.
We're pretty excited. Welcome to myOrganized.life live. I'm John Hunt.
I am Leanne Thompson.
And this is the show where we give you organizing tips, advice, and most importantly, take your questions and comments. In fact,
interact with us, please.
Yes, please.
We want some engagement.
Yes. Well, and it's a special weekend.
Why?
Because it's daylight savings.
Oh, that's right.
I know, it's an excuse to get people in your comments, tell us where you're watching from, and
if your time is going to change, because doesn't Arizona, they don't change.
Oh, really? That's right. Or what you're going to do this weekend.
All right. That's a good, yep.
My sister, by the way, in Boston, I didn't tell you this earlier, second day without power.
Oh,
so
no.
they got that
That's
mega storm in
shoot.
Boston that we got a few days ago.
Oh,
so
that's a bummer.
It's a real bummer.
Yes, she won't be watching the show.
She will not be watching. Maybe her power's back on. Hi, sis, if it is, but
hi, sis.
thanks. Okay, well, what is today? Because today is what?
Today is Friday.
Which is?
Blogger Roundup.
Blogger Roundup.
So what does that mean? We go around, search the web for interesting articles on organizing, productivity, time management, whatever we feel like.
And by the way, you can also in the comments put down what you're seeing out there. Maybe there's a blog that we don't know about, and
we can't see everything.
We can't see everything, and when we try to look at comments live here, sometimes it's harder to do. So anyway, go ahead and put comments in there. Like this, share this, spread it out to the world. That's what we're trying to accomplish here. But
so we've got 3 that we're looking at today.
3 that we're looking at.
2 of them are brand new organizers to us that we have not. Usually you have talked to a lot of these people on the podcast. We haven't talked to 2 out of these 3 bloggers, so it's kind of exciting.
Discovering some new people.
Although
the first one, I'm very familiar with her because she's involved in the National Association of...
Okay, yeah, and she's friends with...
You know, they changed the name of NAPO, didn't they?
I know they did. And
do you know what it is? It's National Association of Productivity and Organizing. We'll have to get Ellen DeLapp on here to get us straightened out because...
it's a long title now.
It's still napo.net.
Right.
If you're looking for someone. Okay, anyway, this is Monica Friel. And, yeah, and she has a blog which is called Chaos to Order. That's the name of her business as well. Monica is chaos2order.com, and her article this week is about organizing tips for multifunctional rooms. Okay. Now, do you know what a multifunctional room is?
I'm guessing.
What would you think that is?
I'm guessing it's a room that has dual purpose.
Dual purpose or multi-purpose, which is why it's called a multi-purpose
or multifunctional I'm smarter room. Than I look.
That's good. No, you're pretty good on that. I know this one quite well because my parents had a multi-purpose room. They had a room which was a den and an office and a guest bedroom, all in one. Okay. So, and I know another, we have a cabin and we have a room in our cabin, same thing, it's a main room, it could be a living room. It could be a sleeping room. We have extra people to the cabin. Or it could be like a scrapbooking center. Okay, so there's nothing in this room right now? No, there isn't. Actually,
is it technically like a bedroom? It's not all in the main living room, right?
That one, it's on the lower level, and we have a lookout or a walkout, so it's got big windows. Okay. But it is, when we do a bedroom down there, we put a partition.
Oh, nice.
And I'll tell you more about how we do it.
Got it.
Coming up.
But
let's get back to the article here, because one thing that Monica talks about in this article is making sure you know what the purpose of the room is first, and how many might have multiple purposes. So what are they? And then she says take a look at weighing each function. So
that makes sense.
You know, how much is it going to be used as an office? How much is it going to be used as a bedroom? And kind of getting maybe percentages or figuring out, okay, well, if it's going to be, in the case of my parents' place, it was an office 90% of the time. Okay. Kind of like she's in. It's interesting. I was telling you about this before I actually got to the her example, which is very similar. And they also use it as this. Technically, from a realtor's standpoint, it would be a bedroom because it had a closet. Okay. You know, but you said it had a bed, but when you looked at it, it didn't have a bed. Oh,
did it have a Murphy bed?
Murphy bed,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So, and
I've always secretly wanted one of those.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. You know, you open up the cupboard and the thing comes down. Wow. It works out really nice. But Monica talks actually about Murphy beds in here too, and kind of
it's like she lived at your parents' house.
Yes,
she's not like a long lost sister, is she?
Maybe my parents had that house on Airbnb and she came and stayed there one time. I don't know. maybe, but
so just weighing those options on what you're going to use most, and then
then waiting to purchase any furniture or storage pieces, because you want to get a sense for what the room is going to be used for. And you don't want to have, for example, it set up as an office and then have tons of bedroom dressers and things like that.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So
I think a lot of people run out and just get so excited they get the stuff right away, and then they come home and they realize, oh shoot, I probably didn't need this. I don't have any use for it, because that's not what it's going to be used for the main part.
Well, I think too, on a lot of our podcasts we talk about this with organizers. One of the common tips is do not go and buy the containers first.
I know. It's hard.
Assess the room.
I know. Excited, though.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's what gets you motivated. It's like,
for sure, I get to get new
Target's
stuff.
got these bins on sale. Let's go buy 10 of them. And then,
exactly.
By the way, they're a half inch too big.
Yeah. Or I've got 3 in the crawl space downstairs that are empty, and I didn't know.
Well, anyway, and then
that's a great.
So that's a good tip. And the last thing is maintain order. And it's very important to have keep it clean and keep it orderly, because it's being used for multiple things. I always like to use up at our cabin about the idea of kind of like the hospitality crew at a hotel.
Oh, right.
So you're done with your one event and they tear the whole thing down and set up the next event.
It's like a concert one night and then a hockey arena the next night. Like, how do they do that?
Well, what we do at our cabin is we have a couple storage closets. So like say it's set up for the scrapbooking weekend with the long tables and the folding chairs. That'll all get put into the storage closet. Maybe if it's going to be used as a bedroom, we'll roll out. We have a air bed that you roll out, plug in, turn it on, and queen size air bed, and then put up the partition stored away. So anyway, that was
that's good multi-purpose rooms.
Yes. Monica Friel, I'm going to put up the right slide again here.
Chaos to Order.
ChaosToOrder.com is her website.
Thank you, Monica, for letting us use your article.
We appreciate that. Yeah, that's next. Okay, what is next, by the way?
Next is another new person to us.
Okay.
Halina Hellena.
Okay.
And her website is apersonalorganizer.com.
Wow.
Imagine she grabbed that.
She got that
URL
domain pretty early. She must be around for a while.
Apersonalorganizer.com. Yes, she has a ton of information on this blog. So I just really got into the first couple posts, but it's great.
All right, we'll put up one of these right here.
She talks about how to stay organized when the going gets tough.
Oh, yeah, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, right?
They try, yes.
Yeah.
So she talks about tips on how to kind of maintain order when your life gets kind of crazy and you think that, you just can't do it anymore, but you can. And there's steps that she says, or tips.
Tips. Well, we want to know how, when the going gets tough.
How we get.
That sounds like every day to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So first step is to be prepared.
Okay.
Obviously,
duh. Right.
And
that means be prepared. Read this article first.
Read this article, yep, and
then go work on your organizing.
Right. Okay. So plan ahead is number one.
Okay.
This could mean planning ahead for the next day.
Okay.
So tonight, get your stuff ready for tomorrow.
Yep.
If it's a work day, maybe pack your lunch.
Yeah.
Pick out your clothes. If you're a person that has a big breakfast, maybe you get the stuff ready and just have that all set.
Okay.
And also think about the week ahead. So Sunday, you might think about, look at your calendar. Do you have kids' activities that need to
plan the whole week?
Do you have to have a carpool arranged? What's your dinner situation going to look like? Do you need to have some meals planned? Are you going to have to get takeout one night?
Yeah.
All that stuff is kind of just getting you prepared. And I meal planned for a couple weeks. It didn't kind of stay on track, but I couldn't believe how much it helped. And plus, it saves money.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have a daughter in college. You guys do that all the time, right? We do it, and she, of course, wants us to pay for the groceries,
well,
right?
You should.
Well, I don't know, maybe not. But so what we do is we make her make a menu first, so she knows what she's supposed to eat.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, college students, they're on the go, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So then we buy the food that's for the meals.
Okay,
so now the food may not be all prepped.
Right.
And there's a couple things that are like, you just have to throw them in a microwave or heat them up. But
at least it's there.
Yeah, or we have leftovers and we give her leftovers for one portion. But so getting that planned out in advance is good.
Right.
Hey, by the way, coming up next Wednesday on our podcast, we can sneak this out now.
Oh, right, because Sunday.
We got Lisa Woodruff, the Sunday Basket Organizing.
Yep,
if you haven't heard of that, Google it.
That's her specialty.
That's her deal, and we've got her on the podcast next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central. So
that talks about
planning your
going
week,
ahead with being prepared
and getting organized. She's got a great system. You're gonna love that podcast.
Yep.
So
okay, creating healthy boundaries. Now, what do you think that means?
put them around you, right?
Okay, yep.
Say, okay, say no, right? That's
Say
got to
no.
be one of them.
Did you read this?
No, I didn't. But
Gosh,
that's a
you're
good
so
boundary.
smart, too. It is. So saying no to things and limiting your distractions.
Okay.
So your screen time, maybe set that aside if you
Tell
want.
your kids they can only be on for 20 hours a day and not 22.
No, this is talking about you.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to get something done, set that aside and
Okay.
just don't let that be a distraction. And yes, say no. So
Yeah.
if you can't do everything that people want.
That's true.
And you need to learn to let go of some stuff and do what you are going to be happy doing.
Right. Yeah.
Don't do something just because you feel like you should if it's not going to be
I
fulfilling.
hear those people say, come up with all the things you do and all the things you don't like doing, have someone else do, and just do the things you like to do. That sounds good in theory. It doesn't always work.
No, I know.
because nobody wants to do the laundry.
Right. Right. Exactly.
But that goes back to the planning. In our house,
Yep.
we have a laundry day.
Yeah.
Even though you don't like doing laundry, you do it on
has
that
to
day.
get done. Okay.
Although some people I do know out there like doing laundry. You can put that in the comments if you like doing laundry. I know you're out there.
Yeah. Some people do.
Some people do.
Okay.
So.
Then prioritize. That
Okay.
goes back to saying no.
Yep.
Don't be a superhero and try to
Yep.
please everybody. Just do the things that are on your list,
Yep.
your priorities, and
It's interesting. Someone told me that the word priority actually means one thing.
okay,
So
that
I
makes
mean,
sense.
when you say these are my 3 priorities, you really can't have
No,
3
because you
priorities.
still have to order
You
them
have to
and
have
which
one.
you need to get done first. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So stop using that phrase. Here are my top 3 priorities. You only have one priority, and then secondary
Yep.
priorities.
Okay. Then declutter.
Okay.
So you have all this stuff around you.
Yes.
And that is just visual clutter that
Visual clutter,
it
yeah.
makes you feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I mean, if the mail is scattered out,
Yeah.
don't let it get scattered out.
How many people like to sit at their desk and say, "Oh, before I can get into this project, I got to clean my desk off."
So
'Cause
many people,
They're so
right.
stressed out
Yep.
about the mess.
Yep.
So decluttering, good
and
one.
throw the junk away as the junk comes
Yep.
in. So the junk mail that you get, just throw it away right away. Don't
Okay.
let it sit there and just, you're moving it around when you need to make dinner or something.
Right.
Just get rid of it right
Yeah.
then. Then it's not in the way.
Good tip.
Getting up early. So I know
Earlier than I already
you
get up?
early.
Oh,
I
my
think
goodness.
I get up pretty early,
It would
but
be yesterday if I got up any earlier. And actually, this weekend, that ties into this weekend.
Yes.
You were asking earlier, how is this going to tie into daylight savings?
you found a way
Yes,
to
I
make
found
it tie
a way.
in. Yes,
That's
you
good.
did.
All right.
So getting
Although
up
the
early.
question is, are we getting up earlier? We're just changing the clock.
We're changing the clocks.
I know.
Yeah.
And what is it? Fall back, spring.
Spring ahead,
Spring
fall.
ahead. So you actually are getting up
An hour earlier.
check our
Whatever.
math on that. Put it in the
Anyway,
comments. Correct us. That would be great.
Back to Lane's tip. Getting up early, maybe like working in some meditation or
yeah.
exercise.
Yeah.
Just kind of get your day off to a better start than rolling out of bed at the last
Yeah.
possible minute and rushing around.
Yeah. Take some time for yourself. I
Yep.
mean, a lot of times that's what people say, take 15, 20 minutes,
Yep.
just do something you want to do just for you, pamper yourself. Like a cup of coffee would be a great first thing in the morning.
Right.
I think
And that
would be a
last
great
tip
thing.
is take care of yourself.
Oh, look at that. I
He
think I'm-
honestly did not read this before.
No, I
so,
didn't. That's great.
Yeah. Let's see. You'll feel calmer when you just take care of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Right.
So.
Of course, if you drink a cup of coffee, you're not going to necessarily feel calmer, but boy, you will feel better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so that is a personalorganizer.com.
Yep. Halina Alcas.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Thank you, Halina,
A new
for letting us-
discovery for us.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
a good organizer too.
All right. Well,
Last one. What do we
last
have?
one. Well, of course, this is daylight savings weekend, and we wanted to tie all these together.
Wrap it all up in a
Wrap
big
it
giant
all up,
red bowl.
yes.
Yep. How are we
Our-
going to do that?
We're going to go out to Seattle, or just out Seattle, to our friend Debbie Rosemont.
Debbie Rosemont. Hi, Debbie.
It's simplyplaced.com. It's time to spring forward on Sunday. Now, you probably
that-
heard,
oh.
the news and all that, right? We've talked about it.
Yep.
Everyone thinks about, okay, yeah. But here are a few ideas that you can use. And she kind of talks about these as semi-annual tasks. So things
Right.
you might do around the home twice a year. And the trigger event is, daylight savings time,
Okay.
or
That's a good idea.
are they both called daylight savings time, or anyway, you know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
know.
Okay.
Yep. But you
Thanks.
put up the slide so people can see her.
Oh yeah, we're going to see
article.
her. Yeah, see her
Yep.
article here. It's simplyplaced.com. Got a nice alarm clock picture there. So she talks about, here's just some of the ideas. Clean out and organize your file cabinets. So oftentimes we talk about the concept of clearing, your file cabinet and getting that all set to go, or going in and purging old things that you don't need anymore.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
so twice a year. That's
Twice a year.
good thing to
Yep,
do.
that's a good idea.
Organize your car, or she
Okay.
says organize your ride, because she's kind of styling.
She's hip.
Yeah, she's hip. She's
She's
hip.
got younger kids.
Yeah. So
She's hip.
purge your car's trunk, glove compartment, and console. You'd
Probably
be
get in there with a
surprised.
vacuum, get all the crumbs out. Yeah.
You need probably those tweezers or something.
Yeah,
for a
to
lot
get
of
in
those
between
things.
the seat and the thing.
I don't even want to think about that. Yeah. Check items in your refrigerator, freezer, and pantry for expiration dates. That's a good one.
Good. Yep.
Time those events twice a year. It'd be a good thing. If it's more than 6 months old, you probably don't want it in your refrigerator.
No, probably
anyway.
not. It's been buried back in that corner.
Yeah.
It's like, what's growing on that?
Yes.
Throw that
Okay.
away.
Sort your closet and donate anything you no longer love, and then store last season's clothing. So
Okay.
yeah, we were just talking about this, me and my wife, about gosh, we need spring and summer clothes. It's time to start thinking about that. So good time to do
And can I
it.
just share one closet tip that
Yes.
we've learned from? I think Geraldine taught us this.
Yes.
Geraldine Thomas. When you're going through your clothes this time, when you hang the clothes back up, turn the hanger around.
So it's backwards.
So it's backwards. So next time if you've worn that,
in the last
if
6
you
months.
take that shirt off and then put the hanger back the right way. But if it hasn't touched, or you haven't touched it in about 6 months, you can probably donate it.
Yeah, we have a whole podcast on organizing your closet with Geraldine, I think.
Yep, your wardrobe wisdom.
Yes, check it out, smead.com/podcast. Just scroll down, look for Geraldine. She's the Southern Belle there, so you will really enjoy
Is that the one where her dog was in the background?
Yeah, doing the dance, the happy dance. What's it, Pippin or?
Pippa.
Pippa, yeah. Okay.
Or she calls him
Hey,
Pip.
shout out to Pippa if you're watching. Pippa, hit us a like here. We need somebody to watch, okay? All right. Schedule annual maintenance for your heating or air conditioning. I have a friend that does that stuff, and he always says, oh yeah, as soon as it's spring and you get your hoses out, make sure you hose down your air conditioner so you get all that dust and stuff that's collected and leaves from the fall. Okay, boy, she's got a lot to go on here.
Of tips.
Debbie,
Yep.
gosh, where do you get I think Debbie hires all this out, 'cause in my house, I'd be like, okay, there's another thing for me to do.
Yep.
But schedule a gutter and window cleaning. That's always a popular one.
Yep.
Check your medicine cabinet for expired products. Flip and rotate your mattress.
Okay.
So, that's kind of a good tip. We have an airbed, so that's not one that would work
some
for
of
us.
them are those pillow tops. You can't really flip those, but you can definitely rotate them.
Check expiration dates of items in your emergency supply kit.
Okay.
So reset clocks and timer settings.
Of course.
Yes, what you need to do, especially on
Daylight
automatic
saving.
lights. Because you don't want your light coming on 3 hours after it's already dark. You want it on right when it I guess it would work the other way, depending on the season. So, wow. Well, listen, I'm going to put up her slide again, because there's it's a nice set of tips there. It's simplyplace.com, and Debbie Rosemont. She's got to be coming up on a podcast coming real soon here as well too. So, which means it's Friday, so we got to kind of give a little roundup of what's going on next week.
Yeah, next week. What do we have?
Well, on Monday we are going to talk about organizing and planning your space.
Okay.
Space planning. This is really interesting. When we had one of our we built a home and we had a decorator, and the decorator didn't even, for the first meeting, even go into the home.
Oh, really?
She had a floor plan. She goes, we said, well, we'd like this. She goes, that's not going to fit. And it's like, so the way some of those people think, it's like, wow, they can do it without even being in the room and visualizing it. So, so we got that going. We have on Tuesday, we're going to talk about 3 steps to keeping important references at your fingertips.
Okay.
You probably wonder what those are, huh? Well,
Yeah,
and we did talk a little bit about desktop organizing last week, but what are references and what do they need to be, and what are those 3 tips?
Okay.
Tune in Tuesday.
Looking forward to that.
And you'll find out. And then Wednesday, we talked about this earlier, Lisa Woodruff with
the Sunday Basket.
The Sunday Basket.
That's a really good podcast.
She's got a podcast on this too.
Yeah.
Her own podcast.
I know.
She's got 2 podcasts, and
She's
one's
got
just
books,
on the Sunday
she's got
organizing.
everything. Yep.
Yeah. So we have a great time with Lisa every time she's on. And then Thursday we'll get into more solutions. I'm not sure what our theme will be next week,
either.
but
we'll see.
Yes.
We'll
well,
see.
you're the producer. You better get that figured out by next Thursday.
Get on that.
Anyway, well, gosh, folks, if there's anything you have, let's go over to Facebook real quick and see if we have any questions or comments. Also, if you are watching this on the replay, because this gets replayed not only on Facebook here, but it's also over on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. What is our YouTube channel? I don't think you've ever said that.
Yeah, what's Smead? Organized Life. Organized.life.
On YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay.
on YouTube.
Okay.
So
We're all over the board.
we got hundreds of videos there, but
Yeah, I know.
we're posting the replay of this every day. And on not Wednesdays, we don't post the replay because we have the podcast, which is
Right.
also on
Yep.
YouTube. Podcast is both in video and audio
And
form.
audio. Yep.
So we got a lot going on here, don't we?
Lots of
But
video,
it's
and
Friday.
it's fun. It's Friday.
Yes,
and
I'm loving
good.
that. So coming up, we'll
I guess we'll see him on Monday.
we'll see you on Monday.
Is that a way to wrap?
We'll turn our clocks back.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Don't be late or early tuning in, whatever they would be
Yes.
on Monday. Make
Yeah,
sure your clock is set right.
Yeah. So the show 2 p.m. Central
Noon Pacific.
and 3 on the
Eastern.
Eastern Coast, except for in Massachusetts today where the power is out
Yeah.
at my
Hopefully
sister's
they'll
house,
get
so she
back
can't
on
watch.
track.
Great.
Yes.
So we'll see you next time on myOrganized.life live.